Yes, a very good evening to you from Cape Coast in Ghana on this decisive night in World Cup qualifying Group G in the African zone for next year's World Cup. It's a massive game coming up between Ghana and South Africa this evening, with the top spot in this section on the line. It will be decided here this evening, and of course whoever comes out on top will advance to the final round of African qualifying in March of next year. The atmosphere is building, and this is the situation in Group G. South Africa top with 13 points, Ghana second on 10. Ghana have to win if they are to leapfrog South Africa and take top spot. Behind them, Ethiopia 5 points and Zimbabwe on 2. These teams finished their campaign with a 1-1 draw in Harare earlier today. A late equaliser for the Ethiopians, confirming them in that third position in the group. But of course it was always going to come down to this game here tonight to decide the section, and the fans are impatiently awaiting the arrival of the two sets of players here. There is again a limited crowd in Cape Coast this evening for this one, and needless to say, fans all across Ghana, all across South Africa, all across the continent and around the world tuning in for a massive game this evening between these teams. We are here in Cape Coast. We're halfway along the coast here in Ghana, from the capital Accra to the border with the Ivory Coast, and we're approaching 7 in the evening local time. Fans still arriving, about 4,000 expected here this evening in Cape Coast for this group decider. And just to be clear on the permutations, South Africa, as we saw, have that 3-point lead over Ghana at the top of the group. They have a goal difference of +5, and Ghana's is +3. Both teams have scored at 6 goals, but really the goal difference and the goals scored doesn't matter, because the goal difference is so tight. Ultimately, Ghana know that a 1-0 win for them will be enough to finish above the South Africans on goal difference. It will come down to goals scored in that case, but South Africans have the advantage, and they know that a point will be enough for them this evening. Andre Ayew, the Ghana skipper, speaking on the eve of the game, was quick to point out that Ghana, well, he couldn't remember the last time they lost a home game, and they certainly are very strong on home turf. They will look to press home that advantage this evening. The South Africans, though, just need a point, and Ghana know that a win will take them through. It's pretty simple, really, if you avoid getting into the nitty-gritty of the permutations, the reasons why Ghana just need a 1-goal win to swing it their way. But it's very tight in this section, and South Africa were 1-0 winners at home against the Black Stars in September. Bongo Kule Longwane got the only goal in that game. Of course, since then, Ghana have changed coach. Charles C.K. O'Connor was replaced after the first couple of qualifiers in this group in September, and Milovan Rajavac came back in, the veteran, for a second spell in charge of the Ghanaian national team. And under him, the Black Stars got themselves right back in the frame. It's worth remembering that they began their campaign with a 1-0 win here against Ethiopia. Then they lost in South Africa. And since the return of Milovan Rajavac, they had the back-to-back wins against Zimbabwe last month, and then a draw with Ethiopia in Johannesburg on Thursday, when they were a goal up thanks to Andre Ayew's free kick, and were pegged back in the second half by their hosts, if you can call them that, on the day. And meanwhile, South Africa beating Zimbabwe by 1-0 across Johannesburg on Thursday. But really, that result didn't change anything for the Ghanaians. They knew they'd have to win this evening, and there we have it. That's what they're going to have to do as the teams get ready to come out here. two great African nations, two great African footballing nations going head-to-head this evening. Only one of them can make it through to the final stage in African qualifying for next year's World Cup. And remember, just the 5 places up for grabs for the entire continent at the finals in Qatar, which begin just over a year from now, 1 year and 1 week from now. Already we've seen Mali, Egypt and Senegal clinch top spots in their respective groups to advance to the next round. Morocco will be there as well. One of these two teams will join them. The next couple of days we'll see the other groups decided. Welcome then to Cape Coast in Ghana. It's decision night in qualifying Group G for the 2022 World Cup here in Africa. Ghana up against South Africa, and it is winner takes all. A win for Ghana this evening, and they will leapfrog the South Africans into top spot in the group and advance to the final round in qualifying next March. But South Africa, they need just a draw to hold on to top spot. The teams are out here in Cape Coast, and of course we will have the national anthems. And we'll start off with the national anthem of South Africa. That was the South African national anthem, and now time for the national anthem of Ghana. Well, that was the Ghanaian national anthem, and of course it's really stirred things up here. The Ghanaian supporters, the players, the substitutes, the staff on the touchline as well, all really up for this one, and of course they are, because it's all about tonight for Ghana's World Cup hopes. They have to win to make it through to the final round of the qualifying campaign. Andre Ayew and his teammates, Andre Ayew with the captain's armband. And a big night for the Ghanaian skipper, who plays his club football in Qatar these days. He was presented with a shirt ahead of the game, because this is his 100th cap tonight for the Ghana team. 2 changes made by Milovan Rayevac from the side that drew with Ethiopia 3 days ago. Alexander Djiku, who plays his club football in France with Strasbourg, returns in the defence in place of Joseph Aidoo. And Mubarak Wakaso, the well-travelled midfielder based in China these days, comes into the side with Richmond Boakye making way for him. But the big hitters are here for Ghana tonight, except for Arsenal's Thomas Partey, who's missing. Maguette Ndiaye of Senegal is the referee, and his assistants, and the 4th official from Senegal as well. Andre Ayew, the Ghana skipper, and alongside him the South African captain, the goalkeeper Ronwen Williams. Bafana making 3 changes to their team from their 1-0 victory in their last game on Thursday, when they edged out Zimbabwe with a goal from Teboho Mokoena, the number 4. There are starts tonight in defence for Sianda Kulu, in midfield for the talented youngster Ethan Brooks, and up front as well there is a start for Victor Letsualo. Among the players missing this evening, Evidence Magoba. He was an injury doubt after picking up a knock in training on the eve of the game. And Keegan Dolly is among the substitutes tonight as well. 1 change in every department made by Hugo Broos, the South African coach, this evening. So the scene is set here in Cape Coast. Off we go then. South Africa get us underway in this decisive night in qualifying Group G. A place in the final round of this qualification campaign is up for grabs, and the dream will still be alive of a place in the finals in Qatar in a year's time for one of these 2 teams this evening. Ghana know that any win will do for them. South Africa just need a draw. It is as simple as that. Milovan Rayevac back in charge of the Ghanaian national team, brought in 2 games into this campaign with the task of steering the Black Stars through to the final stage in the campaign, the veteran Serbian, and Ghana have themselves a corner already. An early goal would do just nicely for them. Ronwen Williams, the South African goalkeeper, trying to organise his defence. It was a very poorly delivered corner. Baba Rahman sending it forwards. Excellent control by Mohamed Kudus. Cross towards the back post, and South African defence struggling to clear it. A shot saved by Ronwen Williams, but the flag had already come up. There is Jordan Ayew, the younger of the Ayew brothers, starting this evening. And there is Hugo Broos, the South African coach, another veteran European on the touchline, the man in charge of Bafana. Appointed in May of this year to replace Molefi Nseki, who was sacked after Bafana failed to qualify for the next Cup of Nations. Hugo Broos, the man who led Cameroon to glory at the Cup of Nations in 2017 in Gabon. Drisu Baba, long ball forward. Andy Yiadom wins it in the air. The stakes are enormously high this evening, and South Africa, having failed to reach the Cup of Nations in Cameroon, desperate to keep their World Cup dream alive. And for Ghana, well, they had gone to 3 consecutive World Cups and then missed out in the campaign to make it to the finals in Russia in 2018. Free kick given, challenged by Mubarak Wakaso. Teboho Mokoena was the player caught. Mubarak Wakaso brought into the Ghanaian lineup this evening. Teboho Mokoena, who got the goal for South Africa that beat Zimbabwe on Thursday. It's not been a high-scoring group, this one. One match day in which Hugo Broos's South Africans and Ghana both won by a 3-1 margin last month. Other than that, every game has been 0-0, 1-0 or 1-1. Very tight. It's been the case throughout this qualifying campaign across much of the continent, to be fair. The offside flag up again. We'll inevitably spend much of the evening talking about the stakes in this group and referring to the situation elsewhere in this qualifying campaign. But to remind you, Mali, Egypt, Senegal, Morocco and the Democratic Republic of Congo all through to the final stage of qualifying. 5 more berths still up for grabs. Jordan Ayew to the left-hand side. South African defence get it clear again. Daniel Amarte happy to use his goalkeeper, Wollacott. Picked up by Rushin Daruk. Terence Mashego is the left back for South Africa. Sianda Kulu happy to use his centre-back partner, Daruk. This is Ronwen Williams. Ghanaian fans urging Jordan Ayew to put the goalkeeper under pressure. The South African defence playing that ball out from the back very coolly indeed. Sense that the playing surface here is not in tip-top condition, perhaps. It's a bit bouncy and possibly going to be tricky for the two teams to get used to it in the early stages, particularly the away side. Appeals for the free kick. It's been given for the challenge on Jordan Ayew. Foul by Terence Mashego. The free kick is being left to Mohamed Kudus, the Ajax man. All eyes on Ronwen Williams, the South African goalkeeper. South Africa have conceded just 1 goal in this qualifying campaign so far. The free kick is onto the roof of the net. Mohamed Kudus, very exciting talent indeed, the Ajax player. And there are some very exciting young players around him in the Ghana setup. Forward by Kulu. Rushin Daruk. Big difference between the two squads in the sense that the Ghanaian team, everybody is based abroad. Nearly everybody plays their club football in Europe. There's a nucleus that plays in England, Compare that to South Africa, where the vast majority of their squad plays at home. The South African Premiership is the most lucrative league on the continent, and just a small sprinkling of players based out with the country. Percy Tau is one of them. Caught there to win the free kick. Percy Tau now playing for Africa's leading club side, Al Ahly in Egypt, having recently moved from Brighton in the English Premier League. Didn't play too much for them last season. Spent majority of last season with Anderlecht in the Belgian Pro League on loan. Hugo Broos, the Belgian manager of South Africa, in the foreground. Behind him, Milovan Rajavac, two men in their late 60s who've been around the block a few times. Rajavac, man who led Ghana to the last 8 of the World Cup in South Africa in 2010. Here's Andre Ayew, Yedot making the run outside him. And the shot from long range. Well, the Ghana fans here in Cape Coast getting very excited as soon as they saw the shooting opportunity open up for Idrissou Baba, but was off target from the Mallorca player. Exciting talent in the Ghanaian midfield, and already been linked to some bigger clubs around Europe is Idrissou Baba. One ball forward, and this could be trouble. Well, it's an excellent save by Wollacott, but the whistle had gone anyway. Bongo Kule Plongwane, the South African number 12, running onto that ball, and it was a foul by him on Yedom. A let off for Ghana, and of course if South Africa can get the first goal here, it would really put them in a healthy position. There is a problem for the home team. Mohamed Kudus is down and requiring some treatment. Milovan Rajavac and the Ghana staff having to think about a change already, and this is especially bad news. Mohamed Kudus, one of their main creative threats. Looks like the evening could be over for him already. That was a chance for Bongo Kule Longwane, and the foul by him. Kudus is coming off. It looks like it might be a side strain. And Ghana are going to have to make the change. Daniel Amarte is not happy about something. Wollacott will eventually take the free kick here. Kudus has come off the field. Kicked by Joe Wollacott. Knocked on by Ayew. Will run through to Ronwen Williams. Big contrast in the goalkeeping position for the two teams. Ronwen Williams, the captain of this South Africa team now under Hugo Broos, who plays for one of the leading clubs in South Africa with SuperSport United. Compare that to Joe Wollacott in the Ghana goal, who is a new addition to the squad in the last couple of international breaks. Plays for Swindon Town in the English lower leagues. Born in England, brought up there. Ghana have plenty of goalkeepers, but none of them have been able to establish themselves as the number one. And Milovan Rajavac has gone for Wollacott since being reappointed at the end of September. And now we will see the change then. Daniel Kofi Kere is coming on for Mohamed Kudus. Kere, who plays for St. Pauli in the German second tier. Massive blow in the early stages, that, for the Ghanaian team, to lose a player of the quality of Kudus. Here comes Jordan Ayew, taking on his man. Excellent play from Ayew on the left, and he fizzes that ball across the face of goal. Andre Ayew will try to keep it in play. Picked up by Ethan Brooks. See just how quickly that ball is running. There is, I think, a very hard playing surface out there. The ball is bouncing a lot, and it's running very quickly indeed. Bongo Kule Hlongwane playing on the left wing for South Africa this evening. Andy Yadom will take the throw. Helped on by Ayew. For Jordan Ayew, strong play from the number 9. Jordan Ayew to the edge of the 6-yard box, and you have to say big credit to Terence Mashego for coming across to help put off Jordan Ayew there. The South Africans wanted the free kick, and incredible backtracking from Mashego. Ayew crying foul play. In the end, it is going to be a Ghana corner. Oh, Terence Mashego with some heroic defending to get back and thwart Jordan Ayew. The second corner of the game. Headed away at the near post. Oh, really awkward one. Ball played back by Idrissou Baba, and we have 2 balls on the field. The Senegalese referee will have to stop play momentarily. Ethan Brooks, it's a very exciting young midfielder, the number 19 on the South African team. Just 19 years old. And a future star. The drop ball to get the play moving again. Terence Mashego with the throw. Hlongwane. Mubarak Wakaso sending it downfield. Somehow manages to get it to Jordan Ayew. Andre Ayew. And this could be a chance now for the substitute. Kere is in. Daniel Kofi Kere blasts it over the bar. Well, what an introduction to the game that could have been for the early substitute. Daniel Kofi Kere, the ball just sitting up as he went to hit it. And he tried to blast the roof off the net. Well, it's a let-off for the South Africans. One in the air by Baba Rahman, and that is a clear foul by Kamaldeen Suleiman. We've not seen much of him yet, the young winger on that left flank. Painful one for Sydney Mobby. Van Raivat's it's quite the decision by the Ghanaian FA to reappoint him. Looking to get back to Qatar. He had a spell in charge of Qatar, which lasted about 6 months. An even shorter stint in charge of Algeria, which saw him last just 2 matches before resigning. Cross in from the left, headed away by Sianda Kulu. Here come the away side. They want to ride an early wave of pressure. Well, they've just about done that and start to push forward and trying to get that opening goal, which would really put Ghana up against it. And that is Alexander Djiku. back in the team this evening, the Strasbourg player, born in France, preferred to Joseph Aidou of Celta Vigo as the central defensive colleague for Daniel Amarte. Forward by Mashego for Hlongwane. Fouled by Yedom. Hugo Bruce on the South African bench. 69 years old, appointed in May. He's played at the World Cup, as Hugo Broos did so with Belgium in 1986 when they made it to the semi-finals and lost to an Argentina team inspired by Diego Maradona. It's just about exactly a year since Maradona left us. Free kick forward collected by Wollacott. Risks taken by Rushin Daruk. Yedom for Andre Ayew. Crowded out by two South African defenders. Picked up by Idrisu Baba. Another free kick is given. Andre Ayew trying to take it quickly. Williams has been a rock in goal for South Africa in this qualifying campaign. Another clean sheet on Thursday against Zimbabwe in Johannesburg. Barak Wakaso's free kick. It's come off a South African head. Victor Letsualo. Well, goal kick is the decision. By Williams, returned into the South African half, away by Mokoena. Barak Wakaso, was he fouled? The referee says yes, caught by Letsualo. Challenge on Barak Wakaso, one of the veterans in the Ghana squad. The relatively few survivors now from the team that last played at the World Cup in 2014. 20 minutes in here, 0-0 in Cape Coast. Andy Yedom. Idrisu Baba back away. And Daniel Amarte. See how quickly that ball is running along the surface. But Wollacott not making a particularly clean connection. Brooks battling in that South African midfield this evening. New generation of players coming through in both teams. Andy Yedom, born and brought up in England, taking a throw for Ghana. Yedom tries again. And there's Mashego. He's very quick, the South African left back. Hlongwane dispossessed by Kere. Barak Wakaso working hard in that midfield. Across now to the left-hand side for Kamaldeen Sulemana. Baba Rahman making the run ahead of him. Picked up by Percy Tau. And these Ghanaian players working ever so hard. The effort from the two teams, 110%. And you would expect it to be so, given what's at stake this evening. I do just fear that, from the Ghana perspective, if they can't get a goal soon enough, or if they do indeed fall behind here, it will really flatten the atmosphere in this stadium in Cape Coast, where the ground is not full, of course, but still a good few thousand fans in, and they're really up for it this evening. Mokoena trying to bounce off Letsualo. One for Jordan Ayew to chase, cut out by Sianda Kulu. Raman, neatly done. And Kofi Kere waiting for the run in support from Baba Rahman. It's a Ghanaian ball. And played into the middle. Awkward one for Terence Mashego. And it's another corner to the home team. And the South Africans appealed for the free kick. Third time in this first half that Ghana have a corner. Wakaso's delivery. Just look at the bounce. That ball comes back down. And thumped away, picked up by Letsualo. This is a chance to break now for Bafana Bafana. Bongo Kule Hlongwane with the switch of play. It's Ethan Brooks making the run. Does well to get his body in between the ball and the opponent, but it's a Ghana throw for Baba Rahman. Still a Chelsea player. Technically, he's on loan at Reading. It's his 6th consecutive year out on loan. Hugo Bros had great success as a manager on this continent with Cameroon a few years ago. He was a fine player in a glittering era for Belgian football, for teams like Anderlecht and Club Brugge. Clubs who these days struggle to compete with the biggest teams in Europe, albeit Club Brugge did get a draw with Paris Saint-Germain earlier this season in the Champions League. Rasheen Daruk, Terence Mashego. Daruk will go back the way to Ronwyn Williams. Ethan Brooks. It's in South Africa's interest to take the sting out of the game and calm things down and keep possession for a bit. It was a great kick out by Ronwyn Williams. I do sense that it's going to be a rearguard action for them for the course of the evening. Subaba happy to go back the way to Wollacott. This is Amarte. Subaba again, now with Alexander Djiku. Forward by Djiku again. Somehow Ghana keeping possession. Results in this qualifying campaign have just not quite been good enough. Just 6 goals scored in their 5 games for Ghana, but then again it's been the same for the South Africans. That's why it is so tight. Remember, teams finish level on points. It comes down to goal difference first, then goals scored. South Africa's goal difference is +5, Ghana's +3, which means that if Ghana win by 1 goal, it will be dead even in terms of goal difference. It will come down to goals scored, and in that case Ghana would edge it by having scored 1 goal more, but we're not at that stage yet, and we might not get to that stage. South Africa 3 points ahead, of course. It would be a massive boost for them to make it through to the final stage. The recent troubles that they've endured since making it to the quarter-finals of the last Africa Cup of Nations in 2019, when they stunned the hosts Egypt in the last 16 and then were beaten by Nigeria in the quarter-finals. Africa were bottom of their group in qualifying for the last World Cup. They finished behind Senegal, but also behind Burkina Faso and Cape Verde. They won just one game. Regardless of what happens tonight, it's been a step in the right direction from that, and a step in the right direction from their failure to make it to the Cup of Nations in Cameroon in the new year. And in the same qualifying group as Ghana, finished behind the Black Stars, behind Sudan as well. It was a 2-0 defeat in Sudan in their last qualifier in March that proved decisive. Machine Daruk slips as he plays it forwards. Victor Litsualo trying to get it back from Percy Tau. Ghana have possession again, and it's a free kick. Foul on Kamaldeen Sulemana, and the Senegalese referee with a talking to for Sidney Mobby. No question about the foul. Kamaldeen Sulemana moved to Rennes in France ahead of the start of this season in Europe. Came off Yedom, according to the assistant referee. And the Yedom of Reading, just like the Ghana left-back Baba Rahman, two of them playing for the same team in the English second tier in the Championship. Jordan Ayew to Andre Ayew, the captain. Every time he gets on the ball, two South African players are across to shut him down. It's Ethan Brooks helping out Terence Mashego there. And the Yedom. Still yet to see Ronwen Williams have to make a proper save. Yedom will go long. And it's come off the South African head, surely. It will be a Ghanaian corner. Well, the Ghanaian staff being urged to calm down a bit by the fourth official. Screams coming from the technical area, and Van Rijvaarts's assistants trying to get their message across to the Ghana players as they get ready to attack this latest corner. Daniel Kofi Kere, who takes it, an out-swinging ball. It's just over the head of Andre Ayew. Ghana player goes down. It's a penalty. Daniel Amarte fouled in the box, and the referee reaching for his pocket. It's a yellow card for Rushin Daruk. And most important of all, it is a penalty for that. Daruk with a little push on Daniel Amarte right in front of the referee. Well, from a South African perspective, it might have seemed fairly innocuous, but it is given. And Andre Ayew will step up here with a chance to give Ghana the lead. It's captain against captain. The South Africa goalkeeper, Ronwen Williams, has been beaten only once so far in his qualifying campaign. Andre Ayew, the Ghana skipper, on the occasion of his 100th cap, with the chance to put Ghana in front here in Cape Coast. Ayew scores. Coolly slotted home by the skipper. Ghana take the lead. And what a precious lead it is, because if it stays this way, then Ghana will top the group and they will head through to the final round of qualifying. relief as much of it as anything for Milovan Rayevats, the Ghana coach, and his staff. Andre Ayew punches the air in celebration. 100 caps for the Ghana skipper, the son of the great Abidi Pele, who plays his club football these days in Qatar for Al Sadd. The team managed until very recently by Xavi Hernandez, and how he wants to lead his country to Qatar in a year's time for another World Cup. This would be just one step on the way if they can win tonight. Look at this for a response from the South Africans. Very ambitious indeed. Well, now the tables have completely turned. It is the South Africans who are doing the chasing. It's the Ghana fans in the stadium here in Cape Coast who are out of their seats, on their feet, celebrating, dancing. There is still a long way to go. Andre Ayew has been caught here. Well, they've lost Mohamed Kudus already, and Ayew has taken a knock just below the left knee. Rushin Daruk, the man who gave away the penalty. Playing it to Terence Mashego. A lot of these players still struggling to really get used to just how fast that ball is zipping across the surface here. It's not necessarily conducive to attractive free-flowing football, nor is it conducive to playing the ball forward quickly, taking the Route 1 approach. It is a difficult surface, but the South Africans have to find a way of getting used to it and getting their way back into this game. Remember, just one goal swings it back their way. Stays this way. The teams finish level on points, level on goal difference. But Ghana have scored one more goal. That is ultimately what it will come down to. Barak Wakaso. Ghana are very strong at home. They've already won their 2 home games before this one. Here's Mobi. Tivang Pete. Rushin Daruk. Giving it to Ethan Brooks. South Africans trying to string together a few passes through the middle of the field the first time this evening. Timo Mokoena struggling to get that ball under control. Gets the cross in, it's away by Jiku. Well, the key for Ghana will be to make sure that they hold this lead at least until half-time. Why not look for a second goal? The absence of Mohamed Kudus is an enormous blow, and they've not been able to get Kamaldeen Sulemana into the game. Daniel Kofi Carey now playing behind Jordan Ayew. who is leading the attack. Just as important, Ghana have not given much away to the South Africans at the other end. That chance for Bongo Kule Hlongwane came after he'd given away a foul. Hlongwane tackled very strongly by Mubarak Wakaso, and it will be a Ghanaian free kick. Terence Mashego, Cape Town City, playing at left back this evening. Followed by him on Yedom. Daruk. Rushin Daruk giving away the penalty. Perhaps could do with seeing it from a different angle. Very hard from the angle we had, which is of course different to the angle the referee had, to see exactly what happened, but clearly it was an infringement by Daruk, which was well within sight of the referee. Penalty given, and I think we have to say there can be few complaints for the South Africans. They just have to pick themselves up now. Jordan Ayew goes down again. This time, nothing in it, according to the referee. Ghana 1, South Africa 0. The Andre Ayew penalty in the 33rd minute. Hlongwane trying to take on Yedom on the turn for pace, and he wins a free kick for the South Africans. And it's going to be a card for Andy Yedom. Quite a battle between Yedom and Bongo Kule Hlongwane. Fascinating matchup, of course. The English Championship, such a competitive and strong league, and number of players from the second tier in England involved at international level, whether it be here in Africa or on other continents. The South African Premiership, the leading league here in Africa, very well represented in the Bafana ranks as Mokoena sends in the free kick, which Wollacott punches away. Now, was the flag up? I think the offside flag might have been up. The assistant referee on the far side quick to raise the flag. Jordan Ayew pushed into a corner here, and once again, two yellow shirts across to meet the Ghana player on the flank. It was Hlongwane teaming up with Mashego. Ghana not creating much from open play. They've had plenty of corner kick opportunities, a few free kick opportunities, and of course it was a corner that led to the penalty, and the penalty that brought them the goal. But it doesn't really matter how they do it, it's all about getting the win. Kamaldeen Sulemana taking off. Excellent challenge by Tibang Pete. Sulemana stayed down. Kulu carrying on. A long kick downfield from him. And Kamaldeen Sulemana will require some treatment here. Well, Milovan Rajvac, having lost Mohamed Kudus, doesn't want to lose another prodigiously talented young attacking player in Kamaldeen Sulemana. Sulemana and Kudus, who played together in Denmark for Nordsjælland. Kudus moved to Ajax last year, and then Sulemana went to Rennes in France earlier this year. There is Hugo Broos again, looking, well, concerned. Well, he might be. Kulu back the way to Ronwen Williams. Into the final minute of the first half. Kulu sends it forward. One in the air by Jiku. That will be a Ghana ball. It is so incredibly tight. And at the moment, Ghana, without Mohamed Kudus, are on course to top this group on goals scored, having scored one more than the South Africans. It can all change in an instant, and the South African players know it, the substitutes watching on know it. Volokop with the kick downfield. And that's come off a South African head, and there will be time to take the corner before the interval. Two added minutes at the end of the first half. Of course, the time added on as much as anything for the injury to Mohamed Kudus and the substitution. Daniel Kofi Kere coming across to the far side to take the corner. A second goal for Ghana now would do them very nicely indeed. Kere of St. Pauli in Germany. Swinging ball from him, headed away by Victor Letsualo. Barak Wakaso. Switch of play, looking for an option on the near side. And here comes South Africa. Percy Tau taking on Yedom for pace. Yedom defending very well indeed, not taking any chances. Yedom, member of the Ghana squad at the Cup of Nations in the past. It's largely a different squad from the team that last went to the World Cup, of course. He missed out in 2018. Percy Tau has been penalised, and, well, I do say that no professional footballer should ever be penalised for a foul throw. Clock running down in this first half, and Ghana set to take the lead into the dressing room at the interval. And what has been another big day in World Cup qualifying across the African continent and across the world as well. And the referee the whistle to his mouth brings the first half to an end, and so far so good for Ghana. Andre Ayew's 33rd minute penalty following the foul on Daniel Amarte in the box, as the Black Stars in front here. Ayew celebrating 100 caps for his country with the goal that has his nation on course to top their qualifying group here ahead of South Africa as they lead 1-0 at the break, but all of course could change in the second half. Well, welcome back to Cape Coast. The teams coming back out here. The Ghana players already on the field. Curiously enough, they were out first for the start of the second half. In more of a hurry maybe than the South Africans, but it's the South Africans who are trailing by a goal to nil and who have to find a way to get back into this game in the second half. Otherwise, they will finish second in this group, and it will be Ghana who progress to the final round of qualifying for the 2022 World Cup. And just to recap, of course, the 10 group winners heading through to 5 two-legged ties. The winners of those 5 ties will be the ones who take Africa's 5 berths at the World Cup in Qatar, which begins in just over a year from now. And already we know the identity of some of the teams who will be in the draw for the playoff round, the final stage in qualifying. Some big names through: Mohamed Salah's Egypt, Sadio Mane's Senegal, Morocco. They are all already through. The Democratic Republic of Congo and Mali, 2 nations desperate to get to the World Cup. The Malians have never been there. And well, Zaire, of course, were there in the 1974 World Cup in West Germany. But in the modern era, the Democratic Republic of Congo, as we know them, have never made it to the World Cup. Some big names might yet miss out on a place in the playoff round. The South Africans have a huge 45 minutes ahead of them. So off we go then in the second half here. It's Ghana who restart proceedings in Cape Coast, leading by a goal to nil. The Andre Ayew penalty in the 33rd minute is what has them in front tonight and is what has them on course to top this group ahead of South Africa on goals scored as it stands. The Black Stars are the team heading through to the final round of qualifying for next year's World Cup, but still 45 minutes remaining and plenty of twists and turns are still possible. No changes at the break, but remember Ghana losing Mohamed Kudus, the Ajax starlet, to injury in the early stages, replaced by Daniel Kofi Kere. It's a massive blow to lose a player of the talent and exciting ability on the ball of Kudus, but they have managed, despite that, to come through and lead at the break. The South Africans have not offered much going forward. Of course, they didn't need to offer much going forward in the first half an hour. A draw tonight suits them. So at 0-0, they were in the driving seat, but now they are doing the chasing. And Baba Rahman coming forward here for Ghana. It's a foul by Sidney Mobby. Great running by Baba Rahman. He's been a great servant for this Ghanaian team. Played in the side that lost in penalties in the 2015 Africa Cup of Nations final to their neighbours, the Ivory Coast. Two men in the South African wall, Percy Tau and Ethan Brooks. Jordan Ayew to take the free kick here. Whipped in and into the arms of Ronwyn Williams. Alexander Jiku gambled on it and tried to get a touch to it before it came to the goalkeeper. Sidney Mobby. Picked up by Mubarak Wakaso. Yeardon. Oh, a bit of a mix-up there between two South African players. Mobby and Kulu. Frustration for Hugo Broos. Wonder what Hugo Broos would have said to his players at the interval. Trying to rouse this South African side for one last big effort. They've done very well in this group, remember. 4 wins and a draw in their 5 games. Before tonight, they started off with a 0-0 draw away in Zimbabwe in September. 4 straight wins since then, including a 1-0 victory at home to Ghana in Johannesburg in September. It was a late goal that day by Bongo Kule Hlongwane. And a late equaliser tonight would do them just fine, but perhaps like to settle things sooner. Mokoena. Now, Andre Ayew on the far side, taking on Daruk. captain and goal scorer. Back the way to Mubarak Wakaso. Two of the experienced players in this Ghana team. Too much on that ball, surely. Yedom will struggle to get to it. It's just such a difficult playing surface to zip the passes through because the ball runs away from its target. Well, Bobby will take the throw, and South Africa chasing a straight win, remember, but it could all be so cruel for them if they lose this game tonight. Kerry, nicely done for Andre Ayew. He's given that ball away. Baba Rahman gets it clear. Picked up by Daruk. Now with Terence Mashego. Gets the cross in. It's one in the air by Baba Rahman. Attacked it well. What about that for a tackle? South Africans taking a fairly direct approach, but the free kick is given. Alexander Jiku, referred to Joseph Aidu in the Ghanaian back line this evening. One of the two changes rather made by Milo van Rijvaerts. Thomas Partey again not playing any part this evening. The Arsenal star. Of course, they miss his strength in midfield. He's such a driving force for them in that area. That's why Mubarak Wakaso is playing tonight. And Ghana missing Jonathan Mensah as well. He didn't play against Ethiopia on Thursday because of injury. He's not playing again this evening. Do have one or two selection problems. Kudus, of course, going off in the first half. And before the first game, they lost Gideon Mensah to injury, a left-back who is an option as well, albeit not a likely starter. Free kick is given for the challenge on Kamaldeen Sulemana. Well, Ghana will be happy to win free kicks to slow the play down. But they could really do with the second goal, the cushion that would give them. Andre Ayew among the players waiting in the middle. It's Jordan Ayew's free kick. It's one in the air by Sianda Kulu. Picked up by Jordan Ayew again. Nicely done by Jordan Ayew. It will be a free kick. Well, this is where Ghana can cause problems. You look at their recent results. Of course, they lead thanks to a penalty tonight. Their goal against Ethiopia on Thursday was from a free kick scored by Andre Ayew. We'll go back to last month's matches. 1-0 win in Zimbabwe. It was a Thomas Partey free kick that decided that game. This one's probably a bit too far out for them. Ronwen Williams has not had much to do, that's the reality. And yet South Africa are trailing. 4 men in the South African wall. Jordan Ayew's free kick, it's not especially well struck as it runs through to the goalkeeper. Jordan Ayew in that Ghana attack is not a prolific goal scorer. Does play regularly for Crystal Palace, but he scored just 1 Premier League goal since the start of last season in 43 games. Did admittedly score 9 times in the previous season, the 2019-20 campaign. Goals are sadly lacking in this Ghana team. So the free kick again from Jordan Ayew, 30 metres out. Another of the veterans of past campaigns. He came off the bench in the 2015 AFCON final. Siandakulu of Hapoel Tel Aviv in Israel. Looking for Sydney Mobby, but needs to be better from the South Africans. Just feel that there's a lack of creativity in key areas in the centre of the field for the two teams. Of course, there's talent out wide. Think of Kamaldeen Sulemana for Ghana, but also Percy Tau and Bongo Kulehlongwane for South Africa. But it's a case of getting them on the ball. And neither team has really been able to do that. Shin Duruk giving it to Kulu. South African national team are at the moment facing the prospect of another big disappointment. But they're far from out of this. Percy Tau just runs into trouble at the edge of the box, and free kick is given against the South Africans. Been to the World Cup before. They were there in 1998 in France. They were there in 2002 in South Korea and Japan. And of course, they were the host nation in 2010. Winners of the Africa Cup of Nations as hosts in 1996, famously, and runners-up a couple of years later, but the recent record in the Cup of Nations has not been great. A couple of appearances in the quarter-finals in the last decade. Kamaldeen Sulemani waited for Baba Rahman to make the run outside him. And Baba Rahman's going to have to get back into position here. South Africa trying to get it forward quickly for Percy Tau, and the ball runs through to Wallacott. The Swindon Town goalkeeper in the English 4th tier. Brooks, so he's caught in possession by Jordan Ayew. Jordan Ayew into the box, and well, out comes Williams to collect. It was Kere who'd made the run in support. Verde picked up by Ethan Brooks. The midfielder, he's relaxed in possession. And coping well with a difficult playing surface. And Jordan Ayew trying to tee up Daniel Kofi Kere. Played with his brother at Marseille, club of their father, Abidi Pele. Percy Tau's free kick. Bonwane. Nice touch by Percy Tau, but the last touch came off him. It will be a goal kick. That's a bit better from the South Africans. There needs to be a sustained spell of pressure from them, you feel. Ultimately, the margins are so fine when only the winner of the group makes it through to the last stage, the Playoffs will be held in late March next year, remember, just before the draw itself for the World Cup finals, which is scheduled to take place in Qatar on the 1st of April. And by then, excitement really will be building ahead of the next World Cup in Qatar. Remember, Africa as a continent desperate to make up for the disappointment of 2018 when none of its 5 representatives made it beyond the group stage. Morocco, Egypt, Tunisia, Senegal and Nigeria all eliminated at the first hurdle. Wane. To say that African international football looks in rude health at the moment. So many strong teams. Senegal, the strongest team on the continent, certainly going by the world rankings. They're 20th in the world. And the rankings suggest that Tunisia are just behind them. Tunisia are not yet by any means guaranteed a place in the final stage of qualifying. They slipped up in Equatorial Guinea, and they still have it all to do heading into their last game. Morocco, Algeria and Nigeria are the other sides making up the top 5 ranked African nations. Comes up for the shot from range from Mokoena. It's blocked and it will run behind for the throw. Teboho Mokoena got the winner against Zimbabwe. Hugo Broos's team. Lots of a moderate attendance, a couple of thousand spectators allowed in for that match. More than that allowed in tonight here in Cape Coast, and plenty of noise, plenty of vibrancy in the stands. Sydney Mobi with the long throw for Bafana Bafana. Thumped away by Kamaldeen Suleimana. Picked up by Mashego. Again. Swallow playing it forwards. Mashego. Wane on the edge of the box, just unable to get into shooting position. And credit to the Ghanaian team for that, for their defensive shape. Very well organised. It's away by Wollacott. And this is one for Ayew to chase. Could do with some support here, Jordan Ayew, or he'll settle for winning the free kick, which is given away by Sianda Kulu. And it's going to be a card. Well, the referee finds his red card and then realises it's the wrong one. It's a yellow card for Sianda Kulu. Well, Tel Aviv player brought into the team this evening. It was Jabulo Kobo who started in defence in the last game. Remember, South Africa missing Evidence Magoba this evening. That's why Victor Letsualo is starting up front. The Ghanaian fans having a great time tonight there in the stands here in Cape Coast. And the Ghanaian colours on display. The Black Stars in the lead. How they'd love a second goal to just give them that cushion. As it stands, they're heading through on goals scored. If they win by 2 goals, then well, they'll be ahead on goal difference as well as goals scored. And here by Jiku. Nicely done to find Baba Rahman. It's good play by Idrisu Baba. Two fairly solid teams. It's a bit of quality in the final third that the away side need now. Mashego driving forward, gives it to Ethan Brooks. Tiwang Pete. It's back again, and is that a foul? Yes, it is. Given away by Mubarak Wakaso. It's a South African free kick in a dangerous position. A nervous few moments coming up for the Ghanaian team and the Ghanaian fans. 65 minutes in. Clock is running down and time is slipping away for South Africa, as is another World Cup qualifying campaign. Joe Wollacott organising his wall. Two men standing over the free kick here. Percy Tau is one of them. There's Tau to hit it, and curling shot into the arms of the goalkeeper. A big moment for Joe Wollacott. Born in Bristol. Spent his whole career in England, but now hoping to make it to the World Cup with Ghana. Sulemana, Kere. 1-0 Ghana lead. Kamaldeen Sulemana on the ball again. It's away from Mokoena. Turn of pace as well, and then holds up the cross to the edge of the 6-yard area, and well, Andre Ayew and Jordan Ayew going for the same ball, and the chance is gone. Great play by Kamaldeen Sulemana. This is what he can do, and what he doesn't yet do enough in the biggest games. And well, a breakdown in communications. Andre Ayew was the player who got the last touch, but he was certainly put off by his brother Jordan. Sulemana again. Ghana want the free kick. They'll want the free kick again here. Well, Jordan Ayew thought he was fouled initially, and Kere then caught. Raman's ball forwards. There's no foul on Jordan Ayew. It was after that. Kere felt he was caught. And it's Kere taking the free kick here, past the midway point in the second half. All the way across to Andre Ayew on the far side. Terence Mashego is the defender. He's done well. Gets it to Bongo Kule Hlongwane. And look at that for a piece of defensive backtracking from Andre Ayew. Brilliant play from the captain. Well, there's a reason why he's won 100 caps. Cleared by Ronwyn Williams. Brilliant take by Percy Tau, and off he goes towards goal. Percy Tau, he's got support outside him. He goes for goal himself, and the shot is saved by Joe Wollacott. Well, this at least is better from the South Africans. Wollacott now being called into action a couple of times by Tau in quick succession. It was an easy enough save from the free kick a few moments ago, but here's Percy Tau doing what he does best, provoking, running at defences, and the shot from the edge of the D outside the box. Straight at the keeper though in the end. South Africa getting ready to make the change, and it's going to be Keegan Dolly to come on, but here goes Kamaldeen Sulemana, another great turn of pace, and it skips inside and fires the shot over the bar. Well, sends the game opening up a bit, because South Africa really have to go for it, and Ghana know that the chance is there for them to kill this one off. Keegan Dolly is on for South Africa. It's Ethan Brooks off, a central midfielder being replaced by a more attack-minded player in Keegan Dolly. who returned to his home country earlier this year when he signed for Kaizer Chiefs after a stint in France with Montpellier. Machego, ball in from the left. Cut out by Amarte, still in play. I think it may have gone for a throw in the end. Daniel Amarte of Leicester City. Another cross in from that left-hand side. Or are they going to start bombarding the Ghanaian penalty box now? Keegan Dolly. Cross in from the right this time. Machego will try to keep it in play, unable to. It's a good performance from Ethan Brooks. He is one to watch in the future. The question is, are South Africa going to have much competitive football to look forward to in the next few months? They've not made it to the Cup of Nations, remember. Ethan Brooks, by the way, was a star in the team that won the regional COSAFA Cup earlier this year, but they're targeting success in the bigger competitions. They want to be at the Africa Cup of Nations. They've not made it to Cameroon for that tournament in January and early February, and as it stands, they're not going to be at the World Cup. They're not even going to be in the playoffs in March, and some anxious looks on faces on the South African bench. And Yedom's throw. Barak Wakaso back the way to Jiku. Oh, he's made a mess of that one. And this could have consequences. Keegan Dolly slotting it through. It's an excellent ball. And South African appeals for a penalty. They're off the bench protesting. Percy Tau thought he was fouled. Ball through by Dolly. Well, was there any foul play? It doesn't look like it, does it? Percy Tau may just have lost his footing. This is much better from Bafana Bafana. And real tension here. Hugo Broos and his South African side staring at a World Cup exit. Barak Wakaso not taking any chances. The Ghanaian players need to keep cool heads here. It's already been a big day in World Cup qualifying in Africa. Congratulations to the Democratic Republic of Congo for a 2-0 win against Benin in Kinshasa. Saw them leapfrog Benin and top their group. Earlier on today in this group, Zimbabwe and Ethiopia both already eliminated, playing out a 1-1 draw. In Group E, Mali had already won that one. They beat Uganda by a goal to nil. And at the moment, in Group H, Senegal have already wrapped that one up. They lead the Republic of Congo 2-0. Ismail Assar with the first half brace in that game for the Lions of Teranga. Senegal are a fearsome proposition for any opponent at the moment. World Cup qualifying going on for the next couple of days as well here in Africa and around the world. Andre Ayew caught, and the Ghana captain will take the free kick here. The second goal, I feel, would probably kill this one off. 16 minutes remaining plus stoppage time. Andre Ayew, who plays his club football in Qatar with Al Sadd. Man whose goal separates the teams. It is his free kick here. Jiku and Amarte are forwards. Milovan Rajevacs' team looking for the second goal. Ayew whips it in, punched away by Ronwen Williams. Well, it's a South African free kick. Not sure what it came off in the box. Andre Ayew certainly leading by example. We'll see here. Williams punches it. Came off the hand of Daniel Amarte, which was stretched out in the 6-yard box. As Andre Ayew saw his coach at Al Sadd, Xavi, leave for Barcelona recently. Kamaldeen Sulemana, great running again from him and great covering by Rushin Daruk. Concedes the corner. Well, Kamaldeen Sulemana has been much more in his element in the second half. Vital interception from Daruk. So Jordan Ayew's corner. It's a poor delivery away by Mashego. Really disappointing delivery from Jordan Ayew, especially as Ghana's main source of goals, you feel, is from set pieces. Another night of World Cup qualifying. Yesterday we saw the World Cup holders, France, punch their ticket to Qatar. Belgium finished third at the last World Cup, secured qualification as well. Earlier today, the runners-up at the last World Cup, Croatia, secured their qualification by edging out Russia by 1-0 in the rain in Split. Germany and Denmark had already qualified from Europe. Brazil have secured qualification as well. And tonight, Portugal and Spain on course to seal their places too at the finals. But in Africa, nothing will be decided tonight or in the next couple of days in terms of qualifying for the World Cup itself. It's all about keeping the dream alive. Sidney Mobby's been given a torrid time of it up against Kamaldeen Sulemana. Ghana lead. Kere looking for the run of Kamaldeen Sulemana. Ronwen Williams having to come all the way out of his box here. Kamaldeen Sulemana could make it 2. Oh, he's put it wide. Well, Ronwen Williams had to take a risk. It was a big gamble from the South African goalkeeper and captain. And ultimately, they survive here. The second goal, you sense, would be too much for them to come back from. Kamaldeen Sulemana just unable to hit the target. And how big a moment could that end up being? Kamaldeen Sulemana had the time to look up and pick his spot, and he couldn't hit the target. And the problem here for Ghana, I think it might be Mubarak Wakaso, who's down with a bit of cramp. With Shenzhen in China, he spent more than a decade playing in Europe for all manner of clubs, mainly in Spain. Michael Bruce, whose assistant, is trying to help him somehow find the words to guide his team to the result tonight that would take them through. Bruce's assistant is Chedomir Janevski, the former Yugoslavia and Macedonia international. Sidney Mobby's throw, and eventually away. There's going to be some nervy moments to come, and off goes Jordan Ayew on the break here. And really wants to just hold this ball up and wait for some support. He was caught by Keegan Dolly. The referee plays the advantage. Kamaldeen Sulemana goes again. And credit to Mashego for some cool defending. Played out by Ronwen Williams. Well, strap into your seats here. We're heading into the final 10 minutes, and it's going to be exciting stuff. The South African goal completely changes things. Well, he's been fun to watch in the second half, Kamaldeen Sulemana. Here he comes on the ball again. Kere. It's a foul on Daniel Kofi Kere. Born in Ghana but moved to Germany as an infant. Warren Williams, the SuperSport United goalkeeper. Made captain by Hugo Broos. Baba Rahman, who'll take the free kick. And up towards the back post. It was attacked by Andy Yiadom, who's hurt himself in the process. Going for that ball. Kulu plays it long, looking for Letsualo. He's just been unable to make his presence felt in the Ghanaian penalty box. Victor Letsualo. I've missed evidence Magoba this evening. Terence Mashego has put in a good shift in the left-back position. South Africa have lacked the quality. Andy Yiadom with the throw. Fields by Letsualo, won back by the Ghanaians. Touch on, looking for Kere. Daruk, who was covering. Kulu. And Baba Rahman. Up and down that left-hand side for Ghana again tonight. Andre Ayew to chase. He's maybe starting to tire now, understandably. Moshin Daruk of Mamelodi Sundowns, the reigning champions in South Africa. They're the current leaders of the Premiership as well. 5 points clear of Stellenbosch with a game in hand. Strongest side in the country. Kulu, one of the few South African players to ply their trade abroad. Kamaldeen Sulemana starting to feel the effects as well, doing a bit of a stretch, heavily strapped left leg of his. It's going to be another long throw for Sydney Mobby. Into the penalty box. Ghanaian defence standing firm again. Keegan Dolly. Now, is that going to be a corner? Should be. And Dolly thinks so, but maybe the last touch came off Dolly. We'll see if we can look at that one again. Keegan Dolly is eager to get on with it. Well, it's Daniel Kofi Kere back helping out defensively. The last touch may have come off Dolly in the end. It's a goal kick to Ghana. And South Africa ultimately no closer to getting that crucial equalising goal. There's been a couple of chances for Percy Tau in the second half, but ultimately they've not done enough to trouble Joe Wollacott. They're going to make make another change here. Sulemana. Jordan Ayew, nicely done. Tilan Pete giving it to Kulu. Now Rushin Daruk. 1-0 to Ghana. Still the penalty from Andre Ayew. Onwane. And there's the referee spotted. It is a free kick to Ghana, and will at least give South Africa the chance to make the change. Tilan Pete, their holding midfielder, is coming off, and it's a striker coming on to replace him, understandably, for the final few minutes here. Fagri Lakai of Cape Town City is entering the fray, still just 24. He made his international debut in 2014 when he was just 17. Not got much time to have an influence on this game. Takes one moment, one ball to fall his way in the box, but South Africa have to get it there. Ronwen Williams will rush to send this ball forward long. It's been a good shift by Jordan Ayew. Ultimately, Ghana lacking a prolific goal scorer. And they are making a change now. Richmond Boakye is coming on here now. Richmond Boakye played in the draw with Ethiopia the other day. Kamaldeen Sulemana is the player coming off, and Richmond Boakye is taking his place. He is a centre forward. Played against Ethiopia. It was his first appearance for the Black Stars in 4 years. And there's the header, which is collected by Wollacott. Such enormous pressure on the Ghanaian defence there. It was Amarte who crashed into the back of the South African player. And it could be through. Boakye. Credit to Ronwen Williams, who was quick enough to come out and thwart the Ghanaian substitute. Excellent shift from Kamaldeen Sulemana. And Mohamed Kudus could be the stars of the future for this Ghanaian team. They certainly should be. They've got more exciting young players coming through as well. Don't forget, the Ghanaian team won the African Under-20 Championship earlier this year, and one or two of the players from that squad have been starting to appear in the full national setup, albeit without getting much game time. Ronwen Williams sending it long downfield. Here's Keegan Dolly. Looks up and plays it into the box. Trying to get Percy Tau on the end of it, but Wollacott not being in a rush to release this ball. Oh, he's not... well, he was lucky in the end there. It wasn't the best kick out from Wollacott. Of course, there will be nerves, and this is where Ghana need their more experienced players like Wakaso and the Ayew brothers, Baba Rahman, to really stand up and be counted. The Premier League quality of a player like Daniel Amarte in the defence too. We are into the 90th minute. Another long ball forward, picked up by Mubarak Wakaso. It's a free kick, yes it is. Conceded by Teboho Mokoena. A bit of frustration for him, and well, this is cruel really for the South Africans, unbeaten in this qualifying campaign. Coming into tonight, 4 straight wins coming into this match in Cape Coast. The destiny of the South African team was in their own hands for Hugo Broos's side. A draw enough for them. It looks like it's going to slip away. And a defeat will see Ghana progress as it stands on goals scored by virtue of having scored one more goal. And there are going to be just 3 added minutes here. Ghana without Thomas Partey, remember, this evening, one of their big stars. It looks like they're heading through. And they're going to join Mali, Egypt, Senegal, Morocco and the Democratic Republic of Congo in the hat for the playoffs, and they will see what happens over the next couple of days, who will join them. Algeria are well placed to get through. Tunisia, you would expect, still to make it through. Nigeria should get there, and there's going to be a massive game in Douala on Tuesday between Cameroon and the Ivory Coast. Similar sort of scenario to this one. A draw will be enough for the Ivorians. Otherwise, a Cameroon win will take them through. There are going to be some big names falling by the wayside. South Africa looks set to be one of them. Wollacott with the kick. Wakaso waiting to come back on here. Ghana temporarily down to 10 men. And now Wakaso does come back on. Forward by Yedom. No Ghanaian player wants to make a mistake. Ball runs away from Boaki. I have to say that they've been solid. They've not been spectacular, the Ghanaian team, but they have been solid. They've been well organised, and they've certainly been up for the fight tonight. A long kick by Williams. Header won by Djiku. Very well won indeed. Djiku with the foot in again. Marte wins that ball. It's going to fall for Keegan Dolly. Excellent fighting to win it back. And more seconds eaten up. Another long throw from Mobi. This is surely the last chance now for the South Africans. Pressure still on here. Baba Rahman with a brilliant piece of defending. It's hacked away by Andre Ayew. And Ghana are nearly there, but not quite. Ronwen Williams nearly up at halfway to return it to Keegan Dolly. Mobi trying to get away from Baba Rahman. Expert defending again. Really good play from him. Well, Ghana have won the Cup of Nations 4 times in their illustrious past. They were, of course, quarter-finalists at the World Cup in South Africa in 2010. They weren't there in 2018. They're hoping to keep the dream alive of being there in 2022. They're hanging on here. Mokoena, too much on it. That ball runs behind for a goal kick, and Andre Ayew punches the air in celebration. Looks to the fans behind the goal. The Ghanaians know that they've done it here. 1 goal is going to be enough for them to top this group. They will not hurry to take the goal kick, but this was a heart-in-mouth moment for everybody connected with the Ghanaian team. Everyone in Ghana watching this game. They survived it, and that's what it meant to Andre Ayew. Incredible scenes here. And I think as soon as Wollacott takes this goal kick, the referee will blow the final whistle. It's a yellow card for the goalkeeper for time wasting. Wollacott is applauded by some of his teammates. Not yet the final whistle. But South Africa have let this slip from them, I think. Ghana are getting ready to make another couple of changes, but I'm not sure it's going to be necessary. Jordan Ayew, well, he holds the ball up by the corner flag, and the referee blows the final whistle. Ghana have done it. It's a nerve-wracking finale in this group, and they have ground out the victory. The 1-0 win that was the minimum required to pass South Africa and top the group. And that is what it means to these Ghanaian players. The fans celebrating here in Cape Coast as well. Ghana have beaten Bafana Bafana by 1-0. Andre Ayew's first half penalty enough for the Black Stars to leapfrog South Africa and top this group, and they have topped the group on goals scored. having scored one more than their opponents, and Ghana will go through to the playoffs in March next year. The dream of a return to the World Cup finals is still alive for them, very much alive. And for South Africa, that dream has gone, and it's a heartbreaking night for them tonight here. Ghana are through with a 1-0 win in Cape Coast. The celebrations continue. Andre Ayew embracing the staff, celebrating with the veteran coach Milovan Rajevac, who's brought in September to help turn the tide after Ghana lost in South Africa at the start of this campaign. And Hugo Broos, the man who led Cameroon to glory at the Africa Cup of Nations in 2017, brought in earlier this year following Bafana Bafana's failure to qualify for the Cup of Nations. He had South Africa on course to make it through this group with an unbeaten start, just 1 goal conceded in 5 games before tonight. They had 4 straight wins before tonight, but they have fallen short. And well, in terms of the rankings, certain logic has been stuck to this evening. Ghana ranked at 7th on the continent. So that is the final state of play in Group G. Ghana and South Africa level on 13 points, level in terms of goal difference, +4 each. Ghana topping the group on goals scored.